Okay. So is this working now or not? Hey. Yeah. All right, let's get this sorted and on the road. Ouch. Alrighty, well, this mess that you see is known as my garden. So I finally have some time off work, so I'm able to draw some attention to what I should be doing. But look, this isn't a detriment, because even though I've got weeds and ryegrass and other stuff that's shot up, this is all green organic matter. I can put that into the soil and I can use it to feed the chickens, but we need to tidy up, so... Oh dear, I'll be back in a second. Now, one thing I did recently, okay, is try to do a little bit of research. Okay, that's better. Did a bit of research on what I could plant in the garden to attract bees, ladybugs and all that sort of stuff to the garden. And I wanted to plant something that was an annual. So what I came up with was dahlias, and it seems to be a good fit for the soil. So what we'll do is, I think the best thing for us to do is I will take this and keep it in the shade, and then we'll do that. Thanks to the 2 viewers that are in here. Right. Just gonna suss out the best place to put the camera. And look, if I've got to put it in the chook pen, I'll put it in the chook pen, you know. So right. Actually, I think we have enough shade in here from the passion fruit to put it in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where are the other 2 girls? Oh, don't tell me they've gone clucky. Oh dear, that's okay. All right, the big tidy up starts now. Let me just get rid of these. Here, girls. Come on. Excellent. Right. Okay, so I think we've found a fix. What I'm going to do basically is just do this. That's the old title. Seriously, Twitch is just a waste of space when it comes to trying to live stream sometimes. Hey Barracuda, how are you, bud? How you going, mate? That's not the tile that I put down in the thing. Copy. We have Twitch. Just leave me alone. Twitch. I'm live streaming. That's all I'm interested in. I'm not worried about September and all that garbage. Barracuda, how you holding up, mate? How's the ticker going, bud? You well? Arb859, welcome to the stream. Alright, got to get some work done. Okay, so we need to get the phone out of the heat or it'll cook, which is what we're going to do now. Let's come in here. Alright, so this is a nice shady spot. We can do most of the live stream from here. Okay, and all good. Alrighty. Let's set that to screen lock. Thank you. Great. Awesome. Well, let's chuck that down there. We've got a bit of work to do today, people. Even though this looks messy, right, it's not that bad, because what you're allowing is you're allowing your soil to still function even though there's weeds over it and that. And the other thing is too, this is the cheapest and easiest way to turn weeds into organic matter. So I have chickens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weed this, throw it to the chickens. They'll eat it and excrete it, right? And then what we'll have is we'll have a bigger benefit for the soil with the chicken manure. But if you didn't have chickens and you wanted to save a bit of money, all you'd really have to do is just turn this over with a shovel back into the soil and it breaks down, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and sort out this seed bed, which we'll do in a minute. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to take all your soil out of your garden bed, but if you replace it with soil from the chook pen, right, you replace it with nutrient-rich soil, and you won't lose the levels that you build up, if you know what I mean. There you go, girls. Right, now Let's chuck that in there. Good thing about having a chook pen is the chickens are always continuously working. So what I do is I'll throw weeds into the chook pen and build a bit of a mound, and then what will happen is the chickens will go through, they'll scratch, they'll eat bugs, they'll eat the worms, not that there's too many in this soil because it's so poor. And then all you do is when they level it out, you just put it back into your garden and they do all the work for you. So you don't need to bring new soil in and that sort of stuff. You just got to work with what you've got, you know. There you go, girls. There you go. How come you haven't drunk your water? These birds are very clever. As soon as you put the worming solution into the water, they don't want to drink it. 3, 6, 7 and 3 is 10. That means we've got 2 sitting on eggs somewhere, which I'll have to find in a minute. No point turning the eggs rotten when we don't have a rooster. And what I'm doing here is I'm just chopping these weeds about 1 inch under the surface. Okay. There you go, girls. You tripped over your own feet and scared everyone. Well done. Right. This garden bed was a disaster in the winter because what I did is I planted all the onions and everything in here, right? Just trying to see how it would work. It didn't work, and basically I've wasted a winter crop of onions now, but that's alright. We've made up for it with the garlic, which I've already harvested 1/3 of it. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do this garden bed, right? And because of the shade and everything, I'm seriously thinking about just making this like the big flower bed, right? We'll put a heap of dahlias in here and all that sort of stuff. And then what we'll do with the dahlias is I might just plant some butternut pumpkin to meander through the flowers, and that way we just make it one big garden bed for the colour. And the good thing about that is what it'll do is it'll start attracting insects into the garden. So, you know, we'll have a lot of bees and ladybugs and all that sort of stuff. Right, and then that just helps out with pollination and pest control, because one of the biggest predators of aphids is ladybug larvae. And you've got to, I mean, they'll have flowers and that sort of stuff, so, you know, let's just get this out. This garlic here's nearly ready, so and what's left in here will just be just the odd sod, you know. So what I might do, so that's marshmallow, that needs to go. That's because that seeds quite quickly. So let's just rip these big plants out. This would be really good organic matter though, you know. So there you go, girls. They always eat the flowers first. So, right. Now, right. So is the chat working? Why is it? What? Oh, that's better. So this is how bad it is, right? I had my chat up from the original screen. Anyway, you're moving on with your life, not worried about going through. Okay, mate. Hello, Gripper. How are you, bud? Yeah, the rhubarb down there does. I need to harvest that soon and take all the leaves off it. Gripper, how you going, mate? You well? Haven't seen you for a while, mate. Good to see you. So has everyone been divulging in all the PAX content? There you go, girls. Just make sure there's no snakes or blue-tongue lizards in here because I love it. Actually, this would be a good flower garden bed because it seems to retain moisture better, which is something we need. There you go, girls, get that into you. I thought I'd spend a couple of hours in the garden before I go to work, which is a rare luxury. There you go, girls. What are you doing? Hey? Hello. 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 2 sitting on eggs somewhere. Don't tell me they're laying eggs behind there as well. Just excuse me for a second, guys. I just figured out where the chickens are. Great. Don't be doing that. I've just got to get this nasturtium off my passion fruit. Jesus, that's a big weed. There we go, girls. Get some of those bugs. Whoops. I can't even type in my own chat. Hey Codes, how are you, bud? Yeah, funny that. Oh, it certainly does, Barry, you know. And look, sorry about that, people. Just to give you an idea of how bad this is, I can't even read or type in my own chat. I don't know what's going on with the platform. Maybe if you don't have packs in it. Oh, not bad, Cobes. How's life treating you? I can't even type in my own chat. Excuse me for a second, people. Oh dear. Let's give this phone a restart. I have no idea what's going on with the platform recently. I've had so many problems with live streams, it's almost as if you're not doing PAX content and you're not doing gaming, they don't want to know about it. But then again, that's been this platform for years, hasn't it? So how can you not type in your own chat? Yes, come on, get on with it. Let me just let this phone sort itself out. Yep, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take everyone with me on a little trip in the chook pen, and we need to figure out what's going on. Oh, come on. Really? For God's sake, it's just basics, man. Yeah, so I'll get this garden bed done today, and I'll get that garden bed done. We'll chuck all that rubbish down there in preparation to take it out to the dump, and then what I'll do is I'll plant a heap of dahlias in here, right? With dahlias, you need to put them in a garden bed that has a bit of afternoon sun. They're traditionally a European flower, so our summers, none of our temperatures and heat here allows anything to grow properly, you know. So when you've got you know, flowers and plants that come from Europe, and then people say, yeah, plant them in the summer, and then wonder why they die. Yep. All right. So excuse me for a second. Thanks to the 11 people that are in here. Oh. Right. Oh, is everything all right, Kate? Now let's see if I can actually type in my own chat. Hey, it only took 15 minutes. Alright, let's send you a message now, Codes. Right, so I'm going to chuck that down there. Right, okay, so hopefully this will now work. Whew. Oh, well, I just sent you a message, right? So feel free to send me a message while I'm streaming that, okay? Because that way we can just chat about it during the stream, pal. So, but I hope you're well, and yeah. So just whisper me now, mate. We're all good. You got to remember codes. Unlike other channels, we chat with everyone. So, you know, and this is what I think is really starting to lead to the detriment of the platform. It's just everybody's so money focused now rather than content focused. And if they were, you know, focused on content, they would realise that if you provide good content, everything else sorts itself out. So anyway, life goes on. But I'm getting sick and tired of all the begging. I'll give you the tip, mate. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. You know, so... Right. So what I'm going to do is, I bought about 40 rhododendrons, okay? And there you go, girls. They are loving this. Maybe what I should do is actually let's concentrate on let's concentrate on this garden bed. My main concern is having enough shade to oh no, we should be okay here. We should be okay here. Yeah. I think we're pretty safe here. I put the sprinkler over this beforehand, so I don't think there's going to be any snakes or blue tongues in here. Well, I'll tell you what, the chickens were starting to look a bit ratty, right? And with that rattiness, they were starting to get like the diarrhea coming out as well. So I hit them with the wormer, and it all cleared up, and now all their feathers are back. Their crops are really nice and clean and all the rest of it. The only thing is I've got a couple of little containers here that have got water in them that they're drinking out of instead of the worm water. So I'll have to get rid of those so they can finish off the worm water, and then away we go. But what are you doing, girls? Little dinosaurs they are. 9 now. Oh God, one's gone off the legs. So how's life treating you, Codes? What have you been doing, mate? You been working hard? Gripper, what about you, mate? Are you still in here? Barracuda? Oh. There we go. Lovely. Hey there, wizards, knights. We call them blue tongue lizards. If you go to Google, just Google blue tongue lizard and you'll see. So, might just change the angle on this camera so we can just get a bit more of it in there. Thanks to the 16 people that have tuned in. That's a bit better. Yeah, let's go with that, eh? I might actually get some fruit off this passion fruit this year. Oh, nice one. Wizards nights, we just have dugites and tiger snakes. The only problem is, mate, you usually see them when it's too late. About 4 doors down had a tiger snake in their garden a few weeks ago. So what we've got over there is a heap of bushland, and we've got some bush up here as well. So I mean, they always travel, you know, they'll always find in. Oh. Right. Oh, gardening is so good for my head, mate. I love it. It's just nice to get your hands dirty. No pressure, you know. So like I said to you, a lot of people don't realise that your chook pen is a little bit like a factory. So I give them weeds and food. They eat the food, they eat the weeds, and then they excrete. Okay, the excretion goes into the soil, it builds up the organic matter in the soil, and then what I do is I take that out and put it back through the garden. So it saves me buying fertiliser, saves me buying soil, and it's just the natural way to do it, you know. Oh, that's right, Codes. Bow hunting. So what do you hunt for in your neck of the woods? You got whitetail, blacktail deer? Do you have elk? What do you have, bud? Do you have red deer? What's going on? Although red deer is more European, so. All right. How'd you go out at the Outer Banks, Gripper? What'd you get up to, mate? Did you get anything? Righto, just excuse me, people. Codes has sent me a message. Just want to see what he's typed. Whitetail. Okay, mate. That's a waiting game, isn't it? Because we don't have any natural deer here in Western Australia. Oh, no. No, it's not that, Codes, right? Is, look, the only reason I did that is I've done that. Yeah. Bow hunt. Can't you catch turkeys by hand? Yeah, Codes, nothing like that, bud. What it is, mate, I don't want to get gifted subs from people when I go into channels. Because one thing that happens is there's a lot of people out there that'll see like a partnered streamer and then they'll gift them subs, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be that guy, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I've unfollowed everyone, mate, okay? I've only got, I think, 1 or 2 channels that I follow. No, I even unfollowed from them as well. So all it is, mate, when I go in, I can just slide in under the radar, watch the stream, all the rest of the stuff, you know, and because I feel like when I go into a stream like that, you know, it looks like I'm trying to fleece subs out of people, and I'm not like that. I'm not about that. So, yeah, I remember that one, Gripper. Sorry, but I deleted the Discord, Gripper. We're going to do a fresh Discord probably next week or the week after, mate. Got heaps on with that, man. So, yeah. And, yeah, so that's basically it, mate, you know. And I know a lot of streamers that do it. I'm not like that. So, righto, girls, here you go. Keep the factory going. Now, I've got to go and drag a chicken off eggs. Do you know how hard that is? Oh, no. Don't gift anything. You keep your money in your pocket, Codes. Mate, tell you what, the last time I've seen things like this going on in the world, people, it sort of reminds me post-Vietnam. So I was born in 1970. When Vietnam finished, was it 68 or whatever? And my dad didn't go to Vietnam because I was born, right? And you know, the uncertainty is just ridiculous. And the thing that really gets me, right, is normally when you're at war, right, normally when you're at war, it's with another country, okay? And I mean, a lot of the wars that are happening now are from within, whether it's Australia, Britain, America, wherever, it doesn't matter. And I don't get that. I still, to this day, cannot figure that out, you know? Oh, I know, Codes, but the thing is, mate, I don't want to give him the opportunity. And don't worry, Codes, when I go to do a raid, right? Look, mate, I've been busy with work over the last 3 months because work pays the mortgage. And with that too, what I've been doing is I've been recharging. Okay, so when I say recharging, with live streaming, you've got to get conditioned to it. And you've got to sort of find that balance between life, work, and live streaming, because I don't treat live streaming as work, mate. I treat live streaming as a way to relax, okay? And yeah, that's me, Wizards Nights. I'm evolving backwards. So, you know, the winter is when I sort of go into hibernation. And during the winter, I've been sort of increasing the equipment again, which is good, because in the winter, when you have these stock take sales, you get to pick up a lot of stuff, you know, affordable, if you know what I'm saying. So, 6 degrees Celsius, okay. Yep, I think it was 6 degrees Celsius at 2 a.m. here, mate. Dave, how are you, bud? Good to see you, mate. So, yeah, and that's the thing, you know. And look, the other thing is too, yeah, I recharge my batteries and I think about a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? How to improve the stream in terms of like no outages and that sort of stuff. And while you're streaming, you can't do that. You've got to do it off stream. And I mean, you know, the thing is too, people, the way things are going, there's going to need to be some serious underlying issues addressed for anyone to prosper anymore, if you know what I mean. Because you look at interest rates, disposable income's down, okay, inflation is up. I mean, we're not living in South America, you know, we're meant to be living in a first world country. And things are tough, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, mate. And, you know, I mean, for 3 months there, Codes, I wasn't getting home before 9 o'clock. But now I've done it, so I'm set for the next 15 years, you know. And the good thing about that is, so the biggest problem I had today, for example, today I had off, first Saturday off in I don't know how long, but winds aren't right, moon face isn't right, tides aren't right, so there's no point going fishing, because when we go fishing and we live stream fishing, we never ever live stream for donations or subs or anything like that. We live stream for fish. So if I'm not out there, it's not fishing time, okay? And yeah, that's how we do it. So we'll do a gardening stream, you know. When the fishing drops off leading up to the full moon, that's when gardening's perfect. So what I've done here is, like I said, I bought a heap of dahlias, right? Dahlias are a beautiful plant. And what I did is I put them on the sink and I put some water in the bag so they could hydrate and put their shoots out. Now their shoots are out, I'm going to plant them in the ground, you know. So Neck Chick 1989, mate, thank you very much for subbing with your Twitch Prime, bud. Well, thanks, mate. And people, Twitch Prime subs aren't free. Okay, don't listen to that garbage, all right? I don't care if I get shot down by the Amazon satellite, but Twitch subs aren't free. People pay a subscription to the Twitch Prime, and then they have the option of gifting one sub and all that sort of stuff, right? So it's not free. So Neck Chick, thanks for using your Prime on the channel, mate. We appreciate you thinking of us, okay? So Well, what it is, Codes, I run accommodation, bud, right? And I am a workaholic, mate. Like, I literally am a workaholic. So, for example, recently I had a couple of accommodation. Look, mate, I'll put it to you this way, right? If I could get staff, right, with the way that I've got my business module going, I've been offered, I don't know, what is it? Yeah, I've been offered up to 60 properties to manage, but I don't do it because A, I'm not all about money, and B, can't get staff, and C, I'd just end up dying within a year or two from the stress, you know. When you've had heart surgery, people, you look at life in a different light, okay? And you certainly do, mate. You still do, Nectary. You still do, mate. All these, like, you know, people trying to scam you. Oh, yeah, your Twitch Prime's free. No, it's not. You pay for it, okay? I'm just sick of all the deception out there too. So basically what happened is, Codes, I renovated and painted a couple of accommodation that I look after for people, and yeah, straight away the moment we did it, boom, you know, it was great. Just had really good response, and everyone's happy, you know, which is the main thing. And look, you know, the other thing is too, people, and Gripper's quite passionate about this. I've got a question for you. And hear me out on this, okay? Because there's a lot of streamers that are suffering and don't even realise they are, right? But when did you think this platform, oops, hey Capone, nearly Codes. Yeah, it's all good, Capone, it's good to see you, bud. When did you think the platform stopped becoming about content and just only about coin? Because the change in it from when I first started in 2017 is ridiculous, right? Yeah, I don't get it. Oh. How you holding up, Capone? How's those old boxing injuries, bud? Oh. There you go, girls. Why are there so many fruit flies here? Okay. You turned a ligament in your ankle. Oh. Yeah, you too, Capone. 2018, 2019. Okay, so let me just put this to you, right, people. This is the one thing that bugs me about most of it, okay? For starters, right, this isn't a job, you know? So, and me personally, I don't think there's anything there's not one like full-time streamer on the platform. You show me one full-time streamer that works Monday to Friday during set hours, people. Okay? Oh yeah. Oh mate, that's when I left Twitch and went to YouTube, people, as soon as the hot tub streams come out, because we were screaming for a fishing category for a long time, and then, you know, pool, hot tubs and beaches, totally different things, right? And you know, I just yeah, so we went to YouTube and got partnered on YouTube, which we still are. And then, you know, Hey, I don't get it. Just don't get it. And, you know, I mean, we got a heap of hate when we left and all the rest of the stuff, but that's what this platform's built around, isn't it, mate? You know, I could tell you guys some stories. And look, you know, the whole, what have we got here? Well, with YouTube codes, you don't actually have to be too tech savvy because you can still live stream on YouTube, mate. It's just putting in the time and doing the consistency, mate, you know. So, thankfully, we've always had great support from our community. So, people went across and supported us on YouTube, you know. So, oh yeah, it has been, mate. But the thing is, people, right, and actually let me throw this out to the chat. Tell me one genre or category of content that's come out in the last 5 years that people can say that originated from Twitch. That's a Twitch original. And I'll tell you why that hasn't happened. Exactly, everyone's gone quiet. Because they don't try and tell people to go out and find something new. They tell people to find an existing idea and run with it. So there was that game Among Us, right? That's a classic example. Okay, you know, but Among Us wasn't invented on Twitch. Just do live streams, codes. Don't worry about that, mate. See, the thing is nowadays, codes, there's so many options out there for streamers that it's getting ridiculous. You know, I'm getting sick and tired about hearing people wanting to go to Kick, and the catchphrase they use is, yeah, 95% of, you know, proceeds go to the streamer. The whole business module of Kick is getting people across to the platform to gamble. That's it, right? And they don't care who it is, you know. So yeah, you can see that one a mile off. So I'm not going to fall for that one, you know. There you go, girls. Get that into you. And see, this is one thing that people can't fake, famo. It's knowledge. But there's no hype with knowledge, so that's why it's not as popular as other stuff, you know. So, all right. Now, girls, what are you doing? You can have enough food here for days, ladies. Okay. Yep. Whew. The old freshly laid chook shit. How romantic. With it. Yeah, Codes, it's just, I mean, look, you've got to go across and sort of look at these platforms and register your name on the platform so that no one else takes it, right? So, you know, I did one live stream on Kick just so that I've got a live stream on there and my username's safe, okay? And, you know, that's it. Because if you don't, some weirdo out there will go out and register your username and just be an idiot to try and give you a hard time, you know? So, yeah. And look, people, with all this online stuff, you've got to be really careful and sift through all the BS, because the one thing that all of this online stuff is formulated around to a certain extent is deception, right? And you need to be really wary of it. So, oh, that's garlic, Jimmy, you idiot. It's just pale because it's in the shade. Hang on, let me just get that one. Oh dear. Now, alright girls, here's some more. The chickens are so quiet. Codes, but this is how a lot of people work, right? Okay. And you got to remember too that there's a big language barrier, you know. So in Australia, it's like the CUNT word, mate, right? Here, we have about 300 different variations of it, right? Yet, if you call someone that in America, they want to shoot you. And it's like, really? And even the F-bomb and the FAGGOT and all that sort of stuff means nothing to us here. We have 50, 100 variations of it, you know. And just got to laugh it off, you know what I mean? So, no, I'll be right, mate. All self-inflicted, bud. Okay, so let's have a look at this. I need to have about 50 centimetres between the dahlias. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to leave this here for a second, right? Okay, and just put my hat down, and I'll be straight back. I'm just going to go to the toilet and grab a few of the dahlias first, okay? And then I'll be back, so just give me a second. Right here, spend a bit of time with the chickens, fam. There you go. There they are. I'll be back in a second. Thad Star, how are you, bud? What's going on? Alright, so what I've got in here, famo, is I have a heap of dahlias, whatever you want to call it, right? So with these grow various sizes. This one's called Wine and Roses, right? Grows to 1.2 to 1.5 meters tall, okay, which is 4 to 5 feet. So what we're going to have to do is just, mind you, it's not really shooting out anything yet, but we'll figure that out. Okay, now let's have a look. These ones don't look like they survived the... Oh, there we go. So this is what we're looking for, famo. See this? So this is the Dahlia Red Decorative, okay? That grows to 120 centimeters or 4 feet tall. What I did is see in the back of it how we've got these that have sprouted, right? So what that did, when you get them in the shops, okay, they're bulbous and they'll put other bulbs out. They'll be all nice and dry. I just cut a little slit here and put some water in there and let it drain out, and then leave them on a warm windowsill so they germinate, and then you can tell which ones look like they're going to be okay and then which ones aren't. Right, so what do we got here? Yeah, that's not too bad, that's just starting. Right, what's this? Okay, we've just had that start up as well. So what we'll do is we'll make 3 piles, right? So we've got dormant here, which we'll leave like that. We've got pre-germination here. Alright, what is this? Okay, they've germinated, good. Okay, beautiful. So for example, this one. Hey Swamp Rat, how are you, bud? Good to see you, man. How's life treating you? Did you get all the garden done and get all your work done? So see how these have germinated? Right, and quite strongly too, through the plastic and everything. Right, that's good, because that shows that the soil they were mailed out in has, what do you call it? Just stayed connected to the bulb. So let's put that there. That's like no, that's pre-germination. Oh, this one's a good one, beautiful. It's funny, all the red ones, they've all germinated. See, this one's a concern, because see how it's detached itself from the soil that's in the packet? So I'm worried that it might have dried out too far. I can't see any roots that have popped out of it or anything. So what we'll do is we'll put that in the dormant pile. Yeah, that's mouldy, so that's not going anywhere. Yep, they've germinated. Beautiful. That's germinated, lovely. That's germinated, lovely. Yep, that one's just put out roots. Yep, germination, good. Now, that's sort of pre-germination. Oh, that one's excellent. Dahlia Mariner, good work. Yep. And the last one, the Black Ember, yeah. All these darker flowered ones have come up really good. Yeah, I've been a bit burnt out too, mate. I've been working flat out, but that's life, isn't it, Swamp Rat? If we don't do it, no one else is going to do it for us, bud. Right, so what do we got here? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so there's 13 packets here. Okay. Right, so these need to be about 50 centimeters apart. Now you got to remember too, okay, what's happening with the sun is starting to move towards its highest point for the summer this way. So it's about here at the moment. It's going to end up about another 15 feet that way, directly over the top of the garden. So where we are planting, right, is going to have afternoon sun from the passion fruit and also from the trees. But the biggest problem that I've got is, I think in winter it's going to be too cold. Okay, so you know. Yeah, it would be swamp rat, but there aren't many people on the planet that do that, bud. Okay, there are not too many people on the planet that do that, bud. There's a few that think they do. Right. So that's 6. I don't know whether bringing them right up to the fence would be a good idea, because there's not going to be much that can grow in here, you know what I mean? Oh, nice one, swamp rat. At least you got some free veggies, mate. That's the main thing. 6. That should be alright. So let's have a look at colours. They're quite striking. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll put some of these nicer ones at the front. Okay, we've got those there. Oh, mate, you're welcome. That's the thing, swamp rat. Knowledge is universal, mate. You know, everybody bangs on about the universe as that sort of stuff, as if they own it and they know all about it and it's there for their benefit, right? But it's knowledge that's the key, pal. And it's just nice to know that techniques we use here work in other parts of the world, you know what I mean? So, anyway, right, now, what do we got here? They're the black ember ones. We'll put that there. Right, so I've still got 7 left. I think what I'm going to have to do is, what I want to do with this garden bed this year, famo, right, is I want to plant the dahlias, but I want to plant some butternut pumpkin in here as well. So what we'll do is we'll get the dahlias to come up really nice, and then what we'll have is we'll just have some butternut pumpkin vines that are meandering through here, because butternut pumpkin will last through the winter as well, you know. So can I do that without, yeah, I can. All right, so that's our new gate. That's our new gate right there. Okay. Oh, how much money do you think you saved, Swampy, with the veg that you got? Well, that's good, because then what we can do is we can put our pumpkin here and I won't have to go off the limestone to get to it. So we've got another 4 here. Let's have a look. Whew. Oh, yeah, mate, it's just, to be straight up with you, brother, I don't know whether I do or don't, but, you know, it's just nice to know that people out there are saving, you know, money, living healthier. And the other good thing about gardening too, Swampy, is you get a sense of achievement. And I think a lot of people sort of pander for that nowadays. but they don't know how to sort of get it, if that makes sense. Right, okay. So look, what I've got here now is, let's just have a look at these. So I'll tell you what to look for when you want to tell whether something's good or not. Well, mate, if you've saved $50 to $100 this year, don't forget to keep your seeds for next year, right? If you save $50 to $100 this year, you'll save $150 to $200 next year, mate. And the other thing is too, once you grow veggies in the garden, you can barter with people as well. So, this is the Dahlia Red Decorative, right? So, okay, nice. So what's happened is, okay, they put this in the bag the wrong way, but that's right. So see how they've sprouted, and see where we've got all of this fungus and that on the roots. That's perfect, okay? Now what we need to do is we need to plant this in the ground. So that's what you look for. So even in this packet here, right, even though I have no fresh shoots yet, right? Oh, that's the way, mate. And look, the longer you do your gardening, the less mistakes you make. So see this one here, even though we don't have any shoots and that sort of stuff, right? Looking at it, see how we have, oh, there we go, no, tell a lie, right? But see how we have all this microbes and fungus around the roots and that, and we've just had 2 really pale fresh shoots. This needs to go into the ground pretty quickly because that one's starting to die off, right? And that one's coming through. But that's what you look for, because some of these don't even have that yet. So I'd like to plant the white one first. We got plenty of black embers. Now what I'm going to do, famo, is this. Once the sun shifts over on its axis, we should have enough sunlight to grow them. So let me just grab the old Matica. Right. Oh, those winds are strong. Right. So let's put these in here, like so, and like so. Right. Yep. Yep. There's another fresh shoot there, which has popped up. Yep. That's the black embers, so we got one more here. And I think effectively that's about our limit for this garden bed. Now, so this I was referring to. So when these yeah, cucumbers are a bit funny, mate. With cucumbers, don't use any pesticides or chemicals on cucumbers, because they're very susceptible to wilting, right? And you got to have a bit of a balance. You don't want too much fertilizer either, you know. So see that there, okay? What'll happen is when these get transported, they dry out. But see how we've just had these pale, whoops, these pale like roots that have come out from the bulb there. Don't know whether you can see them. See them there? Right, that's okay, that one's going to be fine. And even this one here, even though we don't have any fresh shoots and that sort of stuff, I can see where the little fungus and microbes and that have pushed out from the roots. So that's what normally comes out. The roots come out looking for moisture. Oh, that's okay as well. So let's put these in here. We'll plant these in a different part of the garden. Okay. The other thing is too, with cucumbers, mate, it could just be a bad seed as well. So what we're going to do now, famo, right, is this. I don't know whether you can remember the fertilizer that I made up in the drums with the chicken manure and the pine shavings. So what I'm going to do is I've been rolling that in the drum to dry all the ammonia out of it. And now what I'll do is I'm going to bring it up here and I'm going to get the shovel and we're just going to put some at the bottom of the dahlias, just a nice natural fertiliser, right? The other good thing is too, we've got the garlic here, so the garlic's going to it's going to prevent pests, excuse me, getting to the dahlias, right? So, hang on, I'm just gonna, right, oh yeah, that's ripe. Oh, that's ripe. Oh, that is beautiful. Excuse me. Right. Oh yeah, you know, certainly know when you've done fertiliser properly. Flipping heck. Right. So, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to dig all these holes out. Right. Like that. Right, so, yeah, that's the one, Swampy. So what I'm going to do now is, just going to grab the shovel. I'm going to pinch a bit of the fertiliser, and that way, oh, I can smell that from here. Whoo! The flies are in there. No, this is going to need another mix. Hang on a second, Pamo. Hang on a second, Pam. Alright, that's a bit better. Not much better though, but a bit better. Okay, watch out, flies. This is your jam. To say this stuff is ripe is a bit of an understatement, Famo. Whew. Ripe, all right. My word. So, okay. So, this is the baptism by fire. How are you, bud? Gaza, how are you, bud? So, This is the fertiliser we've made, and that is right. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a bit in the bottom of each hole. Right, you don't need much. I can smell the ammonia coming off this thing. Oh yeah. I'm glad that I finally found something on the planet that smells worse than my underwear. But admittedly, it was a photo finish. So oh, that cleaned out the sinuses. Oh God, oh, love it. So I'm just going to get a little bit in each hole. And this is the thing, people. When you got chickens, right, you don't have to buy fertiliser. Just make your own. And it's far stronger and far better for your soil than anything you buy. Oh, don't do that. Rightio. You're finally back to the connected world. What happened, mate? Where'd you lose the connection? It's all those golfing tournaments, bud. I know what it's like. You know, that was my shoe, by the way, not me. So what I'm doing is, you never want to put fertilizer directly, oh sorry, you never want to put plants or roots directly onto fertilizer. Right, 100% the easiest way is to burn them. Right, so what I'm doing here is I'm just getting a little bit of the sand from the piles that I've made, and I'm just putting in about a layer of about half an inch. Okay, between the fertilizer and the bulb that I'm putting in, mind you. Judging by the strength of it, I think this one's going to grow arms. Now, I just made the mistake of touching the fertiliser and just brushing my eye. So I'm starting to feel some sort of microbe growing. Give me a second. Lordy, what on earth was that? Oh, nice one. Good on you, mate. Home's where the heart is. All right, famo. So, the one thing is, right, I've got to try and remember which is which, okay? So see here, this is the Dahlia Black Embers, right? So that's put out the root ball, okay? And as well as that, it's got the shoots out, so this is ready to plant, okay? Right, so what I'm going to do is nicely done. Now, the other problem that I've got too, right, is dahlias don't like soil that's too basic like this one. So what we're going to do is, right, we're going to put a little bit of pine shavings over them, right, and then that way they're all good to go. All right, so that's Black Embers there. Maybe I should plant all the Black Ember plants together and then stuff it. I don't care what comes out, as long as they grow, who cares what they look like. All right, so let's have a look at this one. Oh, this one's a really good one. Okay, so this is the Dahlia Red Decorative. Look how beautiful the roots have popped out of the bulb. Check that out. Look at all the roots that have come out of that bulb. Right, we've got fresh shoots and everything. What I'm going to do there, I'm going to put that at the front of the garden bed. Okay. No, that's not a good idea. Let's do that. It's probably better. Right. Oh, don't tread there, Jim. Right, so what I'm going to do is, we've got one Black Ember there. Let's leave that there. Let's chuck this one here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put down the medium that they were in, like that. Okay, nicely done. And then what we'll do is, never ever stand on top of a bulb when you're planting it. It's not like seeds. Right, so what I want to do is I want to cushion this from the side, because we want the roots to take, and if you stand on top of it, you'll snap the fresh stems, and that's not going to do anyone any favours, right? Great, that's nice. So that's the Red Decorative. I'll have to look back through this again, because there's no way in the world I'm going to remember, but I'll keep the colours, you know, because I'm good like that. Thank you very much to the 17 people that are still tuned in. I know we haven't been streaming much, but got to work. Oh, survived with that one. So the easiest way to get this to sort of blossom, pardon the pun, right, is to yeah, thanks Baptism by Fire. I'm glad to be doing it, bud. Is to just use like a sawdust or pine shavings on top of it, right? All right, and then that way, yeah. Now, I think this dahlia here, right, is a boy for no particular reason. Sorry, what was that, Baptism by Fire? Oh, nice one, mate. Oh, Swampy, mate. If you're in the stream, thank you very, very much, bud. You don't have to go out of your way to watch it. I know that life takes precedence over everything, mate. I'm just grateful that you popped in. Let us know that you're okay, mate, you know. So don't worry about that, mate. I'm not one of these people that rips people for not watching streams, you know, because like I said, we're about content, mate. So I get heaps and heaps of messages from other people too that watch other streams asking me questions, and I try not to get baited into it, but sometimes you just go, really, you know. Righto, girls, come on. What's going on? What's going on, ladies? There it is there. Whew. Mate, you should be able to have rosemary that grows for 30 years, bud. Yeah, rosemary is good, you know. Rosemary is one of those things that you'll always have in your garden if you look after it. What are you doing, darling? Hey? What? Yeah, a lot of people don't realise, mate, that you know, with your gardens and that sort of stuff, if you provide adequate growing conditions. Yeah, I know, mate. And look, I've been trying to get up and stream earlier. We'll be going to 4 AM stream soon. It's just not light enough here for me to do that yet. Oh, so don't worry, mate. I've got it in the timetable, Swampy. We're going to go back to our 4 AM, you know, our 4 AM live fishing streams, you know. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. And look, bud, I'll get back to the regular streaming timetable too, mate. Don't worry about that, mate. Just got to let it all settle in naturally, you know. Good. I can smell that in the ground. That's how strong that fertiliser is, fam. Smell that in the ground. Now what I did then is I pressed like a little moat shape of sand around the bulbs there, famo. Right. So Gambia Jane. It's an interesting name. What are you doing, girls? You happy that you finally got some grains? Well, if you stick around, people, I'm going to go and sort out the other chickens that are sitting on the eggs. I'm actually not going to bother to split these bulbs up. I'm just going to put them in whole, let them take off, right? And then once they take off, I'll get them separated next year, okay? So, oh, they are, mate. You can usually listen to an animal baptism by fire and know whether it's happy, sad or scared, you know. There's one particular call that I know from chickens that I don't want to hear in the garden. It means that there's a snake in here, but being in Australia, it's going to happen sooner or later, especially with eggs. And yeah, snakes aren't my favourite critters, mate. But at least we don't have the industrial snakes that you guys do, like 1-ton rattlesnakes over there. I'll just wait till these others shoot on the sink before I plant them. Right, let's chuck that in here. All right. See, the thing is with chook pens too, you've got to have a certain part of your chook pen that's got dry sand, because that's what they use to keep the fleas off them. Okay. Now, what I might do, so we get a better experience on the stream, let's change this lens. That's probably a bit better, I think, because we're down at the end of the garden. Thanks to the 19 viewers that are in here. Whew. All right. Now that's a red cacti dahlia. Let's just get in here. So what we're going to do is we'll put that there. We'll put this here. The other good thing about dahlias too is you can virtually plant them, and as long as you don't, like, you know, step on them or anything, you can virtually forget about them. I mean, they do have the odd pest and that sort of stuff, but, you know, can't have everything. Once they hit these this fertiliser, they're going to go crazy. That's why you got to keep the water up to them. Rightio, one more to go. Gaz? No, not yet, Gaz, mate. I've been so busy with work. I'm at the tail end of work now, Gaz. Right, so we aren't too far away, mate. I've got one room left to renovate. Once that's renovated and up and going, we're laughing, okay? Oh. Oh. All right. Nice work, famo. So what we'll do now, right, is let me just get rid of these. I'll get the hand water, right, and then we'll just get some of this, because even though we've planted them, right, we're going to make sure that we've got some sort of mulch on there so that it suppresses weeds and also keeps the moisture in, you know. It's the little 1%ers you do that make all the difference, Damo. Oops. Oi. Pine is one of the easiest things to put on sand. It breaks down really quickly. It can alter the acidity of your soil quite quickly as well. And no, it's not food, girls. It's what you lay your eggs in. Although now you're going outside to lay your eggs. And it's cheap. And this isn't too fine. One thing you'll find that when you use sawdust and that sort of stuff, because it's so fine, if it gets wet, then dries out, right, it'll form an impenetrable crust. When you've got shavings though, right, when you've got shavings like this, there'll always be a gap between them so that water can get through. Right. And all this is going to do is just break down into the soil, you know. Right, this I'm going to save for the nesting boxes. So just give me a second. Just give me a second. Right, yeah. All right, so as always, when you're in a hot country, right, you never ever turn your hose on straight onto your plants. Right, that's warm. You could nearly make a cup of tea out of that. Right, that's hot. If I had sprayed that on any of the plants, it would have cooked them. All right, now that's cold. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to leave this on shower. Anyway, right. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet everything down because I want all of the pine shavings to stick to the sand. And what you'll find is eventually, right, what'll happen is the dahlias and other stuff that are in here too will start pushing through the pine shavings. And this will also stop them blowing away with the wind. So hang on a second. Yep, and all the water's actually gone underneath the pine shavings. And look, what I do is I just use the shower function on the hand waterer. Right, just nice and gentle, not too hard. A lot of people make the mistake of when they're planting new stuff, they'll go to like this. Right, that's really quite hard. If it's going to hurt your fingers, it's going to hurt your plants. Right. So shower is a good option, you know. Do do do, da 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 da. And all this does is while the pine shavings are wet, they'll stick. The moment they start contacting the soil, they'll start to break down. So our pH of this soil, and pH is an indicator of how acidic your soil is. This soil is quite basic or alkaline. So with the alkalinity in the soil, it's due to a lack of organic matter, right? And sand is like that. Sand's a bit like a sieve compared to other soil types. So with your soil, clay is your smallest soil particle in terms of size. So with that, you know, that's why they can build dams out of clay and all the rest of the stuff. Then you've got loam, right? Loam's sort of like an in-between. And then you've also got sand. Sand has got the largest fibres. That's why it can't hold water and it can't hold nutrients. So when you've got sandy soil like this, you use like less sort of volumes of fertiliser, but more often, okay? And then and what'll happen now is this will keep the water in the sand, and like I said, it's just really cheap mulch. I got to get a bucket in there and start shoveling out poo. It's the only way to describe it, really. So we'll get into that in a second. Never know, never know. And the other thing is too, don't go stomping through your garden bed until you figure out where all your plants are. Right. Dun, 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 dun. Well, the chickens are happy. They've already smashed through all of those weeds. That's how hard they work. Look at their beautiful spring feathers and plumage, eh? Hang on. I'll just catch up with chat in a second, fam. Da 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 da. All right, nicely done. Yay. There we go. And our first lot of dailies have been planted, famo. Nice done. Well done. Let's give these a bit of a drink. I've just got the spring foliage starting to pop out of the passion fruit down here, the old Nellie Kelly or whatever it's called. Alright, famo. So that's basically done now. So what we'll do tomorrow is tomorrow nice and early at dawn we'll do another garden bed. We'll probably do that one down here. The triangular one. I need to get all the rubbish out of there and all the rest of the stuff. And yeah, we'll just work from there. There we go, ta-da! Nicely done, excellent. So happy with that. Oops, that's not really too good. Let me just put this away now. I can't really because I can't put that sprinkler on because we've got a load of water during the heat of the day, which is understandable. While we're here, let's sort out our seedbed, eh? Man, I need to get on top of this. It's really starting to bug me. Oh no, we can't because of the heat. I'll do that another time. All right, famo. Well, I've got to call it a day because I need to go into work. Right. So this is good today. We've cleaned out a garden bed. Okay, this top one. The chickens have got a heap of weeds they can turn into fertiliser. I'll come back again this afternoon. I'll clean out the muck in the chook pen. We'll get all that sorted. Okay, and then away we go from there. Yeah, you too, Capone. Let's throw a raid out, eh? Let's see who is on. I need to go to the home page though. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. Let's have a look. All right. There's no one else on. All right, people, we're going to go and raid Sammy. All right, you all stay well. Thanks very much for tuning in. We're going to go back to daily streams. Hopefully, it'll be either fishing or Australis TV. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Keep being awesome and keep being the best person you can be every day. Bye for now.
He's still going to take you out. It's a 10-2-half win on the attacking side of Ascent for Team Som. This is done. Is there any hope? Is there any hope?
I don't know if hope is the right word, considering Team Som have also won this series. But I would say there's certain things that you could deny them